Well, folks, this is back. I've got a couple of things I'd like to say. I don't know how many people actually watches my videos, but I don't know how many people that does watch them. I'm gonna say a couple of things about some stuff that a lot of people probably don't know, and I'm gonna touch base on it. I work for temp services. A lot of folks out there probably does work for temp services now these days. I used to work in an office from a temp service. Now, I want to let you guys know. Only reason why I know this is because of self experience of actually working with temp services. A lot of these businesses, companies, factories, whatever, they use temp services because it's a safety net for them. They can end your assignment at any given time. You can't go after them for any kind of lawsuits. You can't do anything for disability acts. You can't touch them with a 10-foot pole. I don't know about discrimination. I haven't had no cases on that. There's a lot of factories do that because we're disposable. We're just a number. I know it sounds retarded, but that is what it is. Another base I want to touch is these bosses and this at will states that get fired just going to a boss or going in front of a boss and going, "Excuse me, I need you to explain this further," or "You don't catch on quick enough." Consider this. This could be a major protest if people really watches this. I've been fired 9 different jobs in 2020. One. I've never had so many jobs in my life. I almost had a job every month different because of the concept of this work at will. Well, Mr. Government of the States, you can cram it up your ass. I wish that you guys could go to work in these factories, in these places that we are struggling, and go work up in there and go to a boss or have a boss that don't like you, someone that don't like you, goes to the boss, complains about you. Guess what? You're fired. You get fired for anything at all. Don't matter if your job is. There is no such thing as a guaranteed job no more. There is no more guarantees that you're going to have a job when you wake up the next day. I work for a temp service. They lied. I got lied on. They said that they gave me multiple warnings about my cell phone. Not one time, uh, not one time a supervisor came to me about my phone. While everybody else has got earbuds in their ears. You know, what the fudge, man? You don't know if they're listening to music or they're talking to somebody in a corner. You don't know if they're responding to a text message by Google Voice. My phone was on the table. I was using Google Voice. I wasn't sending. I didn't really wasn't technically I was on my phone, but technically it's a little gray line, I believe. But that's not the point. I got lied on. They never told me nothing about my cell phone and the policy that they gave me. Ain't none on there in the paperwork that said anything about a cell phone. Nothing. They make up rules when they want to go. Congress, Mrs. Congress, you guys can come on down this way and you guys could interview me. I'm ready to go to the freaking television, national news, NBC, Fox News. I don't give who I got to get a hold of. It's getting ridiculous. Our jobs are freaking not even pumping. Production. Oh, and another thing, 12-hour shifts, 2 hour. Oh, Jesus, man. Most of y'all, these places are going to 12-hour shifts. You know why? Because we don't have enough people going to work to be able to do 3 shifts anymore. What's an 8-hour shift? Does anyone know what an 8-hour shift is? Probably not. You know what? Getting off at an 8-hour shift feels like? I did. Once upon a time. My last job I had was 8 hours. $14 an hour. But you know what? I hope that somebody watches this and actually understands. At Will States, you guys suck. And I mean suck. I know I'm wearing a company shirt. Probably they might end up trying to sue me. I just figured that out. I do got a company shirt on. Hold on. There we go. Now, yeah, I was a employed there at one point in time. And I got fired because I got a medical condition of IBS and I go to the bathroom more frequently. Yeah, you can roll it back today, roll it back, whatever, I don't care. I just said I used to work there. I ain't saying nothing bad about it, but they fired me. Unknown reason. When I asked for a reason. Unknown reason. I put a letter in stating that I had IBS. I think it was on Thursday or Friday. I worked Saturday. No one was there. Administration. I come to back work Monday and I got canned. Canned because I have a disability. I've got paperwork. What a coincidence. They're going to lie. Now I got to go through the EEOC. Or I got to go through this. And I got to go through that. But they're going to lie. You know why? Because that's what they do a great job of it. They do such a great job of lying. I think they go through a class before they become a supervisor to learn how to lie so perfect. So good. Where, oh my God, he looked at me crosswise. I need to fire him. At will, work, states, can suck my big toe. I wish we would get people to protest out in the middle of a street for the people that is busting their tails day in and day out, or they get favoritisms because their boss is such a great deal. They're friends, or they go to the bar with each other, or they're sleeping with their spouse's whatever, boss's wife, or my coworker, whatever. I've had sexual harassment toward me. Go to supervisor, nothing's done. Went to supervisors about people going in the parking lot on break and smoking. Mary Jane. I've had people come to me and overhear conversations about, oh, well, somebody had to go home because they're coming down off of meth while they're at work or because they're sick. Nothing's been done. I take it offended. I'm offended. Yes, I'm very offended. I don't want to hear that shit at work. I don't want to hear nothing about drugs. Man, that's street talk. Keep that shit out on the streets. Or you're better off. Hey man, you got a can? Does anybody got a can? Man, I got some weed at the house. I'm gonna smoke. But I need a can. I have been involved in almost anything and everything of work. I've stood up for myself because I'm being bullied, get fired. I went to the supervisors about being bullied, I got fired. I have been lied on so many times, I've been fired. I can't say exactly what temp agencies that I'll go with, but I know there's maybe one good one out there somewhere. I have actually went to a temp services superior or manager because they had broke confidentiality about what I told them about what was going on about drugs, how I felt offended. They went back and told one of the people that was actually what I was working with that she was friends with, and made my work ethics, or not ethics, but my, yeah, whatever you want to call it. I don't even care. Somebody out there is going to probably say it, or I already said it. But my work environment. There we go. In a hostile work environment. I went to a supervisor. Nothing being done. Well, let me tell you, you're fired. You know what? I swear, Donald Trump has made a career on a TV show saying, "You're fired." I swear, every damn place. I have worked in multiple places. I also battle with major depression, IBS. I also been not 100% diagnosed yet because I can't get the funds or I can't get insurance long enough to be able to go get tested. But I've also been told that I've got a split personality. Yeah, well, whatever. I can't hold a job if you pay me $1 million to hold a job for a month. 1 month. I don't care what job it is. CEO, you can come, man, any CEO can come to me right now and tell me, you can work at my place for 1 month. I'll give you $1 million. I'm going to stand there and laugh in your face. Legit. Laugh in your face. You know why? Dude, do I look like, I don't understand. I don't get it. I can shave. I can make myself look like a mug. I can make myself look like a $1 million man. Walk into a job with a suit on and go to work. And I go like this to a supervisor, you're fired. If I spit the wrong way on the concrete, you're fired. I look at anybody, I'm fired. I'm not, I'm being a little bit of realistic, but I'm being sarcasm on top of it too, just for the record. I'm just saying that I've been fired for anything and everything. I was being bullied on text messages. Sent text messages home dude when I was working with, told him to leave me alone. Quit talking about my ethics at work. I'm getting tired of it. Would you please leave me alone? I'm pretty sure that I did everything what I could do. Bullied. Right on text messages. I took it to the supervisor of this facility. I got fired because I was being childish. But then in reality, I was showing the text messages that this individual decided to do. I got fired. Did he get fired? Nah. He might have got fired from the temp service after I got done. At least the temp service did exactly what he was supposed to do. But was he still working at for the facility for a while? Mm-hmm. Now, I can't go back to that facility because of a hostile work environment. But, I don't know. I went to HR because I was being bullied at one other job. Yelled at constantly, telling me basically I was a piece of shit. Went to HR. Oh, we'll investigate it. Off 2 days. Next day, you're fired. You're fired. Dude lied. They still work there. Indeed, they do. You know how I know? Because I worked for another company and I was a yard dog at that company. He turned around and got shitty with me again. I stood up to myself. The supervisor that I worked for was the greatest supervisor I've ever worked for, probably in a long time. Till I made one simple mistake. Now, keep in mind, accidents happen. I get it. But instead of trying to fix the problem of this accident, luckily no one was hurt, nobody was injured. A little small damage to the cab of a yard dog. Trailer broke loose. I got evidence. Showed clearly that this trailer was hooked on this fifth wheel. Somehow or another, it broke loose, slid forward, almost took me out. And if it did, probably would have been a blessing for everyone. So, anyways, supervisor let me stay working. Next day, I got terminated. Why? Because the trailer turned around and did minor damage that could have been fixed by a chain. No other damage to the trailer or nothing. Everything was legit. Got fired. They told me because of the simple fact that I got fired because there was more than one incident. The previous company that I was did work for that actually terminated me. The guy that was whatever, I walked into the facility and asked him to get a bumper lock unreleased, and that supervisor lied and said that I was yelling at him. Never yelled at him. Lied to me. Lied right out of the gate. Didn't matter. I had nothing to say. Can't defend yourself. There is no such thing as defending yourself anymore in work society. I don't care what you do, how you do it. You could call a freaking lawyer now these days, and a lawyer can't do anything. Oh, and another thing, wrongful termination. There's only 4 different things that you can get somebody for wrongful termination. Seriously? You seriously? But wait a minute. Hey, young lady, how are you today? Mr. John Smith. John, I just felt like I was just sexually harassed. I got called a young lady. Sexual harassment. Yes, Mr. Philip, can you please come to the office? Well, we had a complaint about sexual harassment. We're going to have to let you go. Because I called her a young lady? That's sexual harassment? Wow. Hi Pam. How are you today? You have some real nice shoes. Where did you buy them at? My girlfriend might like them. Oh my God. I was just sexually harassed because I talked about somebody's shoes. Oh my God. Don't have a heart attack. Hey, excuse me, John. Hey man, I like your shirt. How's it going, man? Where'd you get that shirt from? I think I want to buy one for myself. Oh my God, John runs the supervisor. I think I was just sexually harassed about my shirt. Okay, we'll take care of it. Nah, ain't gonna be taken care of. A woman steps up, we get handled. We get a little pip and say, dismissed. Separation. You see, people can lie on people all day long, and the liars keep their job, but the honesty ones decide to get fired. I wish any CEO, any CEO, I'm going to make me just a special video for CEOs. Call me to come and work at your facility to wing out the fucking issues. Because I promise you, I give me a week to be up in that motherfucker, and I will be fired of any state of work at will. If you don't do drugs, we're out of the question. You're gone. Yep, that's what they say. Mm-mm. Oh man, I smoke weed. I'm good. I'm so high right now I can work. Boy, my eyes are just. Oh my God, this dude's fucking drunk or high. He's tweaking. Hey John, I think this dude over here tweaking, man. Man, I'll take care of it. Next day comes around. Nothing being done. Man, I'm gonna let them work while they're drunk or high. Hey man, I think Philip over there is tweaking out, man. I'll take care of it. Mm-hmm. I ain't got no drugs in my system whatsoever. I could be fired just because somebody complained about me being on drugs. Because the guy next to me is tweaking, and I snitched on him. But now Tweaker wants to go snitch on me and say, well, I'm on drugs. Or, hey, whatever. Guess what? I'm fired. Man, I parked in the wrong parking spot. My bad. You're fired. No explanations, no nothing. At will states you suck. I bet our unemployment wouldn't be as bad if you guys would actually do something about this at will states. At will this. Fuck it. How about them apples? Any of these Congresses, I wish if it applies to us at free at will at work or whatever the fuck you want to call it, then Mr. Congress, I think you're working at free at will. We, as the American people, you're fired. Does that help? Does that work? Can that work? Mr. Governor, you work for us as us people. Hey, you're fired. Does it work? I know, I bet it doesn't work. I bet you're just going to go right back in the office and go, okay, so you're working for us as people. You're voted into the office as people. We hired you to take care of a problem as us as people. Hey, this is a free at will state, man. You're fired. So why don't you pack your shit and get out? Let the next person come in. Oh, wait a minute. Does that mean the president of the United States is at work at free too? We voted y'all in, right? So technically, we as people are your boss. Oh wait, it don't work like that. God, thankful wishing. It don't work that way, does it? So, if I got hired as to work at a facility by another person, how's that work out? I get fired. Just to look stupid. Work at free, you suck. Period. Temp services is making a killing. Money, 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 money. If I could open my own temp service, I would. I probably would never have to work again. Just sit there and hire 50 fucking people to take care of it. Hey, guess what? I won't have to work. So, I hope somebody decides to understand this whole concept of this whole video of about 25 to 30 minutes. I know people don't like to watch them this long, but you know what? I'm going to try to make me a good description of this video to draw people's attention. Dude,